Welcome back, folks, and joining us right now is the world-renowned musician, songwriter, artist, Jerry Lopez. How you doing, man?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, no, great. Santa Fe's own, too. We can say that, right?
Santa Fe's own. Born, raised.
All that good stuff,
like
right?
many generations of my whole family from northern New Mexico.
Yeah, no, great. And thank you so much for coming in and spending some time with us here on the show today.
I love coming.
Yeah.
Any excuse I get to come back to Santa Fe.
No, it's great. Thank you. And we're going to get Jerry's here for some for a very special purpose today. But I want to get into it's always nice that homegrown folks move on and they do big things. And some folks might not know Jerry. There might be some out there. I doubt it. But for the folks that don't. Jerry, you are an awesome musician. You started here in Santa Fe back in the day. Talk a little about what started you, what got you into music, and
Well, my whole family are a family of musicians and songwriters.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother wrote songs that they're still singing in the church to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Her father was a songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
My father was a songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandfather was a singer. And so I tell people we're like carnies. You know, you grow up in the business.
yeah, go in the business.
So it kind of chose me. I didn't choose it. The actual events that happened were the television broke down, the black and white TV broke down, and my dad borrowed my uncle Nick's guitar, and so him and my mom would sing. We were probably 3 and 4 years old, my brother Gilbert and I, and so Gilbert started learning the songs. And then I would sit and I would watch, and then so my father realized that we had this gift, and he started teaching us how to harmonize, and then it snowballed from there. So.
And you started because I want to get to when you did leave, but you started gigging around town.
Yeah, I guess by the time we were 12 or 13, we probably had 6 or 7 records out already.
Wow.
We'd recorded with mariachi and ourselves playing, and we'd kind of I think topped out at what we could do. We formed a little band and we worked wherever we could, but we kind of topped out. We had these visions and dreams of things we wanted to do, and the music scene here got a little small for us.
And so, what was the deciding factor? I mean, you said the music scene did get small, but who came up with it? Hey, let's do this.
Yeah, well, we bought an old school bus.
Okay.
I mean, really old school bus.
Okay.
And we had it painted red, and it said Los Hermanos Lopez y la Compañía on the side of it. Lopez
Okay.
Brothers and Company.
Uh-huh.
And we got a call from a friend
Hand-painted,
of ours.
of course,
Oh
right?
yeah, in fact, it was the guy from Lumbre del Sol, local artist.
Sam Leba.
Sammy Leba did it.
Yeah,
On the day that we left, he said, "Come over by my place," and he hand painted the sign
Oh,
on
wow.
the side of our bus. But what happened is a friend of ours that's originally from here was living in Las Vegas, Nevada, and said, "I got you guys a gig for 2 nights at this club where they play Spanish music." So we loaded up the bus and we took off. And while we were doing that show, a club owner came up to us and said, "You know what? I'm looking for a house band at my nightclub, like 3 or 4 nights a week. Would you guys be interested?" And we said, "We're staying."
Wow.
And so we played at this bar. It wasn't even really a bar. It was more of a dive.
How old were you guys?
We were in our late teens.
So 18, 19 years
18,
old.
19,
Wow.
20.
Man.
Gilbert might have been 20 maybe.
Man, that took a lot of guts, huh?
Yeah, it was my dad, my brother Gilbert, my brother Lenny, my cousin Agustin. But you know what? It was an adventure. We were all together.
Yeah.
It was day to day. It was adventure to adventure. We were living the dream.
Wow.
And we went through a lot of hard times.
Yeah.
But we did it together, and it was just it was an odyssey,
Wow.
And I told you a couple of little stories we can't share on
Yeah,
air.
yeah. I was gonna say.
But
Please don't bring those up.
no, I'm not. But it was like that.
Yeah.
And for a teenage kid.
Yeah.
Well, we traveled all over the United States. We
Wow.
ended up working on the Strip in a review. We did shows with Milton Berle, if there's anybody old enough that remembers that.
Yeah.
We worked at the Thunderbird Hotel opposite Dick Clark and his show with Jackie Wilson and all these different.
Wow.
So a lot of things happened. That was like in the early 70s.
I was going to ask you, when was
Yeah,
that?
74, 73.
So the Vegas show hadn't come on yet on ABC, correct?
No,
So,
no.
I gotcha.
It was a whole other thing. It was a whole other place and a whole different time in Las Vegas.
Wow, wow. So then, so you stayed there obviously because you're still there today, and so during that time, I'm sure things grew, correct? I mean,
Yeah, what happened is we started working the local nightclubs, and we would work the late night scene, and we kind of rejuvenated a late night scene that hadn't been there since Sam Butera and Keely Smith
Okay.
from their 50s.
Okay.
And so we would start playing at midnight, and we would play till 4 or 5 in the morning.
Wow.
And so what would happen would be that all the musicians and artists and performers getting out of their shows, say Elvis's band,
Gotcha.
and Diana Ross's guys, and so all these people, that's where they would come after the shows. So the band built this notoriety and a really big following, and the casinos got wind of it, and they asked us if we would come and bring our circus over to their place.
Wow.
And so that's what we did.
And so like on like I don't know if there's when shows were dark, those are the days off. You guys would go and do these shows, or
That's right. Actually, it was 6 nights a week.
Wow.
Like the Mint downtown, and there in the 80s, we were working. We would do like 6 weeks at Caesars and 8 weeks at the Hilton, and but it was always the late night show, and it was a great hang for all the.
Jeez.
Back in the 80s, it was all the show people and the.
You write a book on this stuff?
I started writing it.
I was going to
actually.
say, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it would just be such a great because you've seen Las Vegas from the early '70s to now, and the big change, the big transformation that it's made, and
Oh, yeah.
and you lived it. I
Yeah.
mean, as far as even the music business, I'm sure it's really changed since then.
It has changed.
That it has to now.
Yeah.
But with that, and your band Santa Fe and
The Fat City
the
Horns.
Fat City Horns, you guys you still have that same formula.
Yeah.
Where everybody works in their shows,
Yep.
and then you guys get together, and you guys are playing. Are you guys playing at the Palm
We
still?
played the Palms on Monday nights.
Yeah, Monday nights, which I attended a couple years back. Man,
Yeah.
it was a while back actually. But it's the same thing,
Yeah, it is.
and it's amazing.
It is. We on any given night. I mean, we've had Prince in the audience, Bruno Mars, Bette Midler,
Christopher Cross played with you
Christopher
guys.
Cross, Kenny Loggins.
Yeah, it's like you don't know what you're getting when you pay your cover, which is
Joshua Bell,
You know.
the renowned classical violinist.
Yeah.
You just don't know who's going to be
you don't know
there.
who's going to show up.
Yeah, because
but it's so awesome.
Yeah, because Vegas is an entertainment center.
Yes.
And so, our show starts at 10:30 on a Monday night,
Mm-hmm.
and aside from the locals that know about us, they're actually, I mean, it's kind of gone viral what
Yeah.
we do.
Mm-hmm.
So we have people from this last week. We had people from Tokyo that had planned their vacation around coming to see the band.
Wow, wow.
We have people from Ireland and from all over the world who, now with YouTube, and
Yeah,
we sell our
tons
our
of
stuff.
videos on there.
Yeah, and so people that are like what we do, they
Yeah,
come out and see us.
It's great, and I know we can go on for hours. I know because you've produced music and you've just done a lot of big things for music, but it's a nice segue.
Yeah.
Because you have some shows coming up here in Santa Fe, which you've kind of done the same formula, right?
Yeah.
You grabbed all the artists from
That's
Santa
right.
Fe, and you're putting together a show for them,
Yeah.
much like you do in Las Vegas, correct?
That's right. That's right. And I mean, I was honored that I was asked by the National Latino
Yes.
Behavioral Health Association to help them raise money for scholarship money, right?
Yep.
Funds. And I just found it a great way to come back home, try to give something back, and to put on some world-class shows
Yes.
for the, Santa Fecinos, for the locals, and
Yes.
for whoever. So,
Definitely.
The first year, it was the band made up of all my homies from here, great musicians from Albuquerque and Grants and Gallup and Santa Fe,
Yep.
and we brought some guest artists. Last year, I brought guest artists from California and from Nashville, and we used basically about the same band. And so now, what we're going to do this year is on September 24th
Okay.
at the Lensic Theater. I'm going to bring my band from Las Vegas, Santa Fe and the Fat City Horns.
Wow.
We're going to do a Santa Fe and the Fat City Horns concert on the 24th
Okay, and that's
Which
at the
is-
Linzic.
at the Lensic.
Okay.
And part of the proceeds are for the benefit and the scholarship as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
So that's a completely distinct and separate show.
Okay.
Then on the 25th, the following night, which is Friday night, we're going to do the Jerry Lopez and Friends show,
Okay.
which I'm going to use Santa Fe and the Fat City Horns as the backup band,
Okay.
but I'm bringing guest artists from all over the place.
Okay.
A couple of the headliners who were smash hits last year,
Okay.
and I'm augmenting that with some other amazing talent. And I generally don't even like to say who's going to be here,
Yeah, because you never know who's going to show up.
because we don't know who's going to show up.
Gotcha,
And
gotcha.
so you know, these are all professional musicians who work internationally, and so at the last minute they may have something they've got to do. So I've got several that are, you know, they want to be part of this. They feel like I do. They're grateful for having been blessed, and they want to give back however they can. And plus, we just have the greatest time.
Yeah, no, and so you really can buy 2 tickets to both shows and see a different show the second night, right?
You're going to see two completely
Two
different
different
shows.
completely shows.
The first one, I
shows.
urge people who love jazz, salsa, funk, R&B music to see Santa Fe and the Fat City Horns.
Yes.
That band's a throwback. It's kind of a, I tell people it's kind of a combination between Earth, Wind and Fire, Maynard Ferguson's big band, and Tito Puente. I don't really know how else to categorize it. It's mainly like about 60 or 70% original music.
Yes.
And then the covers that we do them in a whole new way. But people who love that kind of music, or you know, any of the music students or music aficionados, it's a really impactful, high energy show.
Oh, it definitely is. And it's funny because on Saturdays we'd clean our house and we'd listen to all that music.
Oh, really?
Right. You know what I'm saying? So you like, you know, but it is
Feel-good music.
Yeah, feel good music.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely feel good music, and I have to say, tightest band I've ever heard. You guys are
Thank
just amazing. You know, everything is just done so great.
Thank you.
And,
Well,
and so
I've got great ingredients in that stew.
Yeah.
You know, I've got.
you're a hell of a chef.
Oh man, when people talk to me about what I do, I tell them probably my real gift is being able to surround myself with really talented people and infect them with my enthusiasm
Yeah.
about a project.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah.
what these things really are.
Yeah.
And so in the band, we've got great arrangers and writers and singers and musicians and performers, and you know, we leave our egos out at, you
Yes.
know, and they're all just very humble, wonderful people. That's the real chemistry that
Oh,
makes
yeah.
that band.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I want to just put a little warning out to the folks out there watching this, that these tickets are going to go quick. So you
Yeah.
need to get down to the Lindsay to buy these tickets. I believe they went on sale Saturday,
I believe so.
right? After you had a little sneak peek at Fantasy,
Right.
actually, and Albert Martinez and Jenna Martinez actually
That's right.
was along for that performance, and but these tickets are going to go quick, so you need to get them. You guys played down in Albuquerque, I believe last year, right?
A couple of years ago.
Couple years ago.
Yeah, we sold out the Chemo Theater like immediately.
It was quick.
Yeah.
So hopefully by the time you see this on Wednesday, which is today, these tickets will still be available. Go and get some. If you can't get for both shows, get one show. Proceeds help out with the scholarships
That's right.
that for the National Latino Behavioral Health Association.
That's right.
And you wanna. It's a good cause for.
Sure
it's
is.
going towards definitely a very
Sure
good
is.
cause.
I tell people, we really like people to come out and contribute and help this wonderful cause, and the performances and the show that we're giving them is just a treat on top of that. But we're doing really good work here.
Yes.
And,
Oh yeah, definitely.
you know.
Yeah, and I interviewed Fred Sandoval a couple of weeks ago on the radio, and you know these scholarships are going to help people that want to get into behavioral health.
That's right. For people who are counselors for drug addiction, alcoholism,
all that.
for you know, all sorts of family issues, and you know, all our communities need that.
Yes.
And so
Definitely. So it's going to a good cause, folks. You got to go out. First show September 25th.
24th.
24th at
Yep.
the Lindsay, and then the second show's on the 25th.
25th.
Yeah, sorry about
Right.
that. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, and Lindsay's a great venue, great sound out there.
Beautiful theater,
And you're
yeah.
going to be seeing world-class musicians, and some of them homegrown here,
Yeah.
right from your own town.
Yeah.
So can't beat that.
yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
It's great. Well, thank you very much, Jerry,
Thank
for
you for
coming, man.
having
It's
me.
always a treat, man. You are
love being here.
awesome. I'm a fan, bro, and you know that. But I
Thank you
want to
so
thank you for
much.
coming
Well,
on.
Thanks for having me. And I
Appreciate
want to
it.
invite everybody to come out and spend some time with us September.
Yeah, thank you very much. We'll be right back, folks. Please stay tuned.